All right. Here is page 1 of skills test practice number 8, starting with problem number 23. These are same base problems. So I see a 16, 2, 4, and an 8. The same base that I would use is a 2. So the number 16 is 2 to the 4th power. And when I move that up to the numerator, I get 2 to the negative 4th power. The x is there, so it gets multiplied together. Write the x right next to it. Here's a plane 2. Can't remember that a plane 2 is 2 to the 1st power. That's important to remember. The number 4 is 2 squared. The number 8 is 2 to the 3rd power. That 3x and that 3 are going to actually turn into 9x with the square root around it. And if you don't see a root, it's a 2. So the fractional exponent that will turn into is 9x on top of the 2. All right, so these two need to be added. These two need to be added. And when you do that, you'll have the same base of 2 on each side. So I'm going to drop those 2's right now and save some space. So I added those together. I didn't write the base of 2 because in the next step it would disappear. So I just had it disappear right now. All right, fraction buster that to get rid of that 2. So let's multiply everything by 2 right now. And let's bring the x's over to this side. That'll give me 17 of them. Subtract 4. That'll give me negative 2 on this side. So I'm looking at negative 2/17 for this first one. If we head over here to B, looks like we're doing 2's again. So that plane 2, remember it's 2 to the 1st power. When you move it to the top, it's 2 to the negative 1st power. Visual. And the negative 1st has to be distributed to both those things, giving you negative 2x and positive 3. The number 8 is 2 to the 3rd. So when you write the fractional exponent, the 3rd goes on top of the root, which is a 2 when you don't see a number. The number 32 is 2 to the 5th power. So the 5th power and the 3, or the 3rd root there, become 5/3. And 16 is 2 to the 4th with an x right there. So let's just call it 4x. When you move it to the top, it's 2 to the negative 4x. All right, so let me write down now, combining these guys by adding, and then I can drop the 2's at that point. So I'm going to drop the 2's right now. We're going to get two fractions that are going to require fraction busters, but a common denominator is a little tricky because I got a 2 here and I got a 3 here. So it looks like we're going to multiply everything by 6. So negative 12x and then 18. When you multiply those guys by 6, 3 over 2 times 6 is going to get you 9. Equals 5 over 3 times 6 is going to get you 10. And then 4 times 6, 24x. All right, I'm going to bring this 24 over here, add 24 to both sides. That's going to give me a positive 12x on the left side of the equal sign. And these two things, which are 17, I'll move over there. So subtract 17 from both sides. Oh, not 17, that's 27, sorry. Subtract 27 from both sides, and you're going to get negative 17. Subtract 27, that's better. And then divide by 12, and looks like negative 17/12 is our fraction. Okay, let's slide to C. We're doing good. All right, we're going to do 5's here. The number 25, I'll write it off to the side here, is 5 squared. And the squared has to be distributed, so I'll do that now to save a step, 2x plus 2. Now I'm going to move that up to the numerator. The sign of the exponent changes, and that means both signs. So negative 2x minus 2. That's what that fellow would become. Here's my equal sign. The number 125 is 5 to the 3rd power. And there's a 5 already, so we just write the fractional exponent x over 3. All right, that was a little ugly, but we're there. I'm going to set these exponents equal to each other by adding those two guys together there and then dropping the 5's in the same step. We'll fraction buster this thing, multiply everything by 3. And I'll bring this 6x over to this side, so that's going to give me 7x. And take this 9 and bring it over here. Subtract 9 from a negative 6. That's going to be a negative 15. And we're ready to divide in the last step. Negative 15/7. And D. Looks like we're going to use 3's for the common base. The number 81 is 3 to the 4th power, and the 4th power has to be distributed to the x and the 3. The square root of 3, remember there's a 1 right there if you don't see it. There's a 2 right there if you don't see it. So square root is the same thing as 1/2 power. It's a good thing to know. Number 9 is 3 squared. So that'll become 2x. And the number 27 is 3 to the 3rd. When you move it up to the numerator, it is 3 to the negative 3rd. Okay. So I'm going to add up all of our exponents. And we're going to do fraction busters here. I'm going to get rid of this 2. I'm going to multiply everything by 2. Now I'll bring this 4x over to here, giving me 4x on this side. This is negative 23. So to get rid of negative 23, I have to add 23 to negative 6. That's going to get me 17. A lot of 17s in this problem. So 17 over 4 is my final answer. Okay, I think I'll stop that video there and just do a video per problem maybe. So that's number 23, and I'll see you at number 24.